Salutations once again, YouTubers, friends and subscribers. Colonel of Wisdom here. This is going to be, somewhat of a video response to Miss Lashid4U. The title was part one of her video titled Black Women Throwing Pity Parties. Not really a response to her video in general, but just to something she said around the middle mark when she was describing the relationship dynamics between her mother and herself. The overall gist of the video was saying, the things that the stuff that a lot of black women have to put up with in this society, and how black women's behavior or taste in entertainment, such as the Tyler Perry movies and such, is a reflection of that. I'm not really going to debate that topic, because Tyler Perry movies, they're just not my thing. Movies of that genre, of the melodramatic genre in general, just are not my thing at all. I just don't understand that. So it's just not my taste, and it's her taste, so it's pointless to get into a debate over that. Absolutely pointless, in my opinion. I'm just not a fan of Tyler Perry or any type of movies like that. Now, I did once see half of The Color Purple, and it seemed like it was a pretty decent film, but I got bored with it and didn't finish the other half. Maybe I'll finish the other half someday. Like I said, those movies they're not my thing. My CO knows this. But anywho, around that part of the video, she had said that when she was a younger child, her mother was like a best friend to her, but when she hit her teens, their mom was an enemy to her. But I just found that interesting, and I'm focusing the most on that because due to Lashid4U's reaction to some black women critics, or black women bashers, if that's your perception, on YouTube, criticizing black single mothers, and especially out of wedlock black single mothers, she seemed to be under the impression that that YouTubers are just attacking them for the sake of attacking them, or throwing it in their face that they're single or reproduced out of wedlock, or simply because or that black men are just bitching. As I see, that's a common phrase that she has used in comments and possibly video. Not sure in video. I've seen this a lot in her text comments. But what I was trying to convey to her was that because the American media puts single mothers on such a pedestal of doing it on their own and being there for their kids, that a lot of child abuse goes on in the black community, and it's never acknowledged at the hands of the mothers, and it never seems to be acknowledged or taken seriously. Now, this is not a critique of Lashid4U's mother, because I do not know her. I don't know the situation, but it is something that's important to me. It's a topic that's close to my heart. My channel is about things that are relevant to my interests or close to my heart, and this is one of them: the treatment of children and the rearing of children. But getting on to the point, what I was trying to convey to Miss Lashid4U was that stories like hers are why you see such a backlash against black single mothers, because it seems to be a generational curse from what some of us are seeing. Some black single mothers, they end up, and I'm not saying this was Lashid, because again, I don't know the situation, but from what I've seen in my experience, a lot of single black mothers, first of all, they don't do it on their own. They either have government assistance or family assistance, or they have assistance from the children's father. It's usually one of those three, or all of those three, or whatever. And they don't spend much time with their children. They don't spend much time with their children, and they're not emotionally involved in their children. They're not emotionally available, or they're neglectful, or they're abusive. And sometimes the abuse comes from resentment, from a bad relationship, because the child is the product of a failed relationship, and a lot of times a single mother takes that out on the child. But again, our media is biased and very leftist, and they never show you this side. It's always a single mother is always the victim and the hero. Also, I wanted to mention this video, and I tried to convey this in comments under a video on Lashid's channel that was totally unrelated. But when I got into the topic of black children being unattended, and their pop culture, the things they watch on TV and the music they listen to not being monitored by parents, and the parents, usually the single mother, being irresponsible. She seemed to think that I thought that her being a teenager and listening to the group NWA is an example of her mother's irresponsibility. Not true at all. Once you're a teenager, PG-13 movies and music with some sexual lyrics, that's pretty much a given. I'm not to say it's mandatory, because there's some teenagers who come from staunch Christian families, but I'm just talking in secular terms here, in general secular terms. That's really not a big deal. I think when people are mainly talking about these videos you see on World Star Hip Hop of toddlers and prepubescent children referencing sexual songs or gangbanging songs, or acting those dance moves out that simulate sex, acting out those dirty club moves on World Star. That's mainly, this is why there's such a backlash against some single black mothers, because things like this are being recorded on sites like World Star Hip Hop, and it's being recorded and uploaded for shits and giggles. But in the grand scheme of things, in actuality, it really isn't funny at all. It's just tragic, and it's actually a form of child abuse, if you want to know my opinion. But does CPS ever look at these videos and track down these women's houses and arrest them for what's going on? No, they don't. They never receive any consequences for this behavior. So it's just going to keep continuing and continuing and continuing until we keep raising violent, oversexed people in our community, and nothing's being done about it. And once again, I am saying this is a response to her video, but it's really just a response to her in general, because, as I said, the general topic, the main topic of her video, I'm not addressing. I'm just focusing on, I'm just taking that and then comparing that with her comments on single black mothers and how she thinks they're being unfairly attacked. Okay, the people in this camp do a lot of generalizing, and sometimes they take it too far, but the concerns aren't just black men bitching or black women trying to impress the black men bitching. It's actually deeper than that. It's actually a serious problem. And that's all I wanted to say. I probably walked on eggshells here because, again, I'm not trying to talk about anybody's mom or nothing. I'm really not, but is something that's been on my mind, and a part of me wasn't going to make this video, but I think it's something that needed to be acknowledged and addressed in public. So here I am making this video, and I think I'm going to stop here. Colonel of Wisdom out.